Hello, everyone. Hello, welcome. Welcome to today's session, day three. My name is Prasad Bevan, and I'm coming to you from London, the UK. And I'm super excited to be here with you all. So today is day three. And just to recap, yesterday we had an introduction to Sahaja Yoga self-realization steps. This evening will be slightly more in depth with the theme of inner peace and balance. And specifically, we'll be talking about the Kundalini and the solar system. There will be two guided meditations, a video of Shri Mataji Nirmala Devi, our founder, and some live music to really take us deep into this meditative state. So, if you are new tonight and you would like a review of what we've covered in the first 2 days, you can watch the recordings on the website. We'll show you where to find these later. All these sessions are recorded. Or you can also wait till the end of the program to join a breakout room in your preferred language, where a Sahaja Yoga teacher will be there to give you any further personalized support. This program is an hour, and we also invite you to stay on a bit further for 15 minutes to join us for some questions and answers. Sahaja Yoga is always free. You can't give any monetary value to something which is your own. This Kundalini is your own, it's within you, and all the best things in life are free anyway, the nature, the air you breathe. So we can't charge for this. And without any further ado, I would like to invite to the panel our wonderful presenters for this evening. Katrin and Kabir, please join us.
Namaste. Good evening.
Hello.
Good evening, everyone.
It's a joy to be with you all tonight. Thank you for being here with us. So I'm Catherine. I live in Paris. I'm a French teacher, and I started practicing the yoga when I was a teenager. As I had to play piano and dance in front of an audience, I wanted to overcome my stress and to learn how to manage it. So I started with physical yoga. And then a few years later, I could meet Shri Mataji and discover the Sahaja Yoga method. And I really loved it. And I integrated it in my life and I use it till now. And I want to
Thank you.
share this experience with you because it's very, very helpful.
Thank you. And Kabir?
Good evening, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here, and we feel grateful to have you all. We'll be going through this journey of Sahaja Yoga a little bit more, talking about inner peace and balance. So that's where we are now, and after those 3 days. So I'll be here to lead the first meditation or guiding the first meditation that will be in two. And I have my friend the guitar with me that will also play some music during the next part after Shri Mataji's talk.
Thank you both so much. So let's begin today's evening with the meditation. Kabir, please.
So now's the time is to explain you a little bit about my personal journey in Sahaja Yoga before we start into some balancing in meditation. Back then, when I started Sahaja Yoga, there was, of course, no such online meditations like this. So you had to be on peer-to-peer direct contact. A friend of mine talked to me about Sahaja Yoga, and she actually gave me that experience of self-realization that you've been through for the last 2 days. That was a deep experience to me, but as far as the sensation or feelings are concerned, that was not very strong at that time. I felt some warm breeze, very soft warm breeze on top of my head. Nothing in my hand. I was calm and peaceful, but not exactly in what I would call the state of meditation. But then things went on. My friend, she left me, and with that experience, and something very strange happened to me right after it. I had to go to some grocery store for my this night's dinner. So I went into that store, and I found myself in front of those shelves, choosing my products, and suddenly I was completely in the silence. My mind was completely opened and without any thought. I realized it once I was in the shop. So that was a very intense sensation to me, because I then realized that now I was in meditation. That was probably the least expected moment, but that was meditation. Then I realized something important had happened. And from then on, I started meditating every day and never quit. So first thing is about thoughtless awareness. Meditation is about entering into a true space of inner silence without any thought. That's the first point. Next point about balance is that we know that we have a perfect tool to feel the external world. We have five senses: the smell, the hearings, the touch. These senses are perfectly fit for us to perceive the outside world. But once you close your eyes and you're inside yourself, those senses have no clue in there. You cannot smell or touch or see what's in there. Only your attention can drive you in there. So my first advice in that journey would be to try to reach as much as possible that thoughtless awareness. That's very important. And the second thing is the tool or the way to reach it is by working with your attention. Sahaja Yoga is also called the yoga of attention. So I wanted to tell you about this personal journey a little bit so that you can figure out more through this experience how to go into yours as well. Let's go now into a short meditation. First of all, if you are having glasses or spectacles, I used to remove them when I'm meditating. So we'll be just closing our eyes. And when we put our attention inside, let us put it on the heart, on the left hand. And from there, we'll be putting our attention on the top of our head, right from the heart to the top of the head. Very smoothly, your attention moves from the left heart to the central channel and then crosses the chakras up there, crosses the brain and reaches the top of your head. Thoughtless awareness comes when your attention is going above the fontanel bone. Let's keep in silence for a few seconds with our attention up there. Now we can help our Kundalini rising from the sacrum bone to raise along the central path. We take our right hand, put it back around the sacrum bone, and then raise our hand along the central path, slowly, gently, with our attention following the movement inside, along the spine. We cross over the forehead, and then we gently put our palm over the top of our head. Then we can put it a few inches away from the head, and we'll do that 2 other times. From sacrum bone, along the central path, the top of your head. And then a third time. It's important to keep your attention following your hand along the spine, along the central path. During the process, put your hand over your head and remove it. Now we can put down our hand and have our 2 hands on the laps opened. And we keep our attention on the top of our head for a few seconds. Now we are going to watch an extract of Shri Mataji's talk, and I leave the word to Prasad to introduce you. Is the Shri Mataji's talk.
Thank you so much, Kabir. That was very beautiful. So now we're going to watch a talk of Shri Mataji Nirmala Devi, and she is really the founder of Sahaja Yoga. So all the knowledge we have, all the joy we're sharing, all of it we've really learned from her. So she's fundamental to this, and you can just see as she's speaking how her words affect you inside. And so I encourage you to do that. Just listen to her talk and be in a very silent, thoughtless, receptive state if you can be, and just see the subtle change within. So let's have Shri Mataji's talk. Thank you.
You have to know that truth is what it is. We cannot conceptualize it with our human awareness. We cannot order it. We cannot manipulate it. We cannot organize it. It is what it is, has been and will be. And what is the truth? Truth is that we are surrounded, or we are penetrated, or we are nourished, looked after and loved by a very subtle energy, which is the energy of divine love. The second truth is that we are not this body, this mind, these conditionings, this ego, but we are the spirit. You don't have to accept what I am saying blindly, because blind faith leads to fanaticism. But as scientists, you must keep your mind open and see for yourself what I am saying. If it is so, honestly, you must accept it. We know so much through science about our civilization, our advancement. This is the advancement of a tree which has grown outside very much. But if we do not know our roots, we will be destroyed. So it is important to know about our roots. And this is what it is that I would say are our roots. As you can see, there are 7 centers within us. And these subtle centers are placed in the spinal cord and in the brain. These cater to our physical, mental, emotional and spiritual needs. On the physical side, they manifest the energy for the use of our plexuses, which look after our physical problems. That is on the right side. The energy which is supplied by this yellow line, a subtle channel, we call it as the Pingala Nadi. This supplies energy for our physical and mental actions. So this is the power of action within us, which also caters to the right sympathetic nervous system. The another channel you see on the left hand side is the channel by which we desire, put our energy to our desire. So this is the power of desire and looks after our emotions. This is the one which looks after our conditionings also. At the end of these 2 channels, they create 2 institutions. One on the right side crosses over, and the yellow balloon that you see is the ego, is the balloon of ego that we have. And the left hand side one, which conditions our mind, is the balloon of superego. As we start growing in age, by the time we are 12 years of age, these 2 completely meet and the soft bone in our head becomes completely calcified. Now there's third energy within us, which is in the center. And this central energy is the one which has made us human beings. And these centers are the milestones of our evolution. So now the last jumping is left out. It has reached up to the limbic area. Now, only thing is it has to break through the soft bone on the head and break through that.
now we can stay in meditation. You can keep your eyes closed, and the music will just decorate the silence.
Thank you, Kabir, for this very melodious and meditative, which will help us deepen our meditative state. As Shri Mataji explained it, it's all about balancing your left and right channels. The left channel is for the emotion, the power of desire, desire to evolve. It's also connected with your past. And the right is the power of putting your desire into action. So both of them have to be in balance. And then the central channel can open. And then your Kundalini can raise stronger and higher. So let's use our right hand. Let's place it below our navel, palm up, and first time with open eyes. We raise it through the different centers, through the brain, and then we place again the center of our hand, on top of our head. Okay? We place our attention there. Then we raise our hand like this, 10 centimeters above. Then we close our eye. And then let's watch. Do we feel the beam of our Kundalini? This is our spiritual mother. She knows us, and she will adapt herself to what we need. She will give us what we need to become peaceful, healthy, joyous, and in balance. So let's watch above our head. Do we feel the cool breeze of the Kundalini? It can be a bit warm at the beginning because she's cleansing us. Okay, let's repeat it. Below our navel, and we raise through the central channel, through the centers, the throat, the brain, and then the fontanelle. We place again our head, and then we raise our attention above it, where the Kundalini established the yoga, the connection with the source. Let's try to feel it again. It's very subtle, but it's very concrete as well. Tangible. One more time. This time we put our attention inside ourselves, in the center, on our axis. We raise our Kundalini till the fontanelle, the seventh center. Place it and raise again. Let's try to feel relaxed and to feel it. It's very natural. It's already in us. We just have to let go and surrender to this beautiful, loving, intelligent energy flowing through us. The key of Sahaja Yoga meditation is to put the attention, which is placed on your thoughts, usually in the forehead, to place it higher here on the fontanelle bone area, and then on the beam, the cool breeze of our Kundalini. When we do that, very naturally, we become silent. Let's try again. If a thought arises, we let it go. We don't react. Let's put our attention now on our hands. In the center of our hands, we can feel the same energy. It's also the energy of our Kundalini. Let's experiment it. Okay, again, we raise this energy through the central channel. And we will really teach ourselves, teach our attention to just rise above our mind, here. Here, where the yoga exists, where our connection with the divine source establishes. Have both your hands on your lap, and let's try together this exercise of attention to detach from the thoughts and really be with our Kundalini, which is very nourishing, very calming, very soothing inside ourselves. Let's try to feel it with the left hand. We place it on top of our head, and then again we raise it. We can move a little bit forward, go back to the center, backward, and come back to the center. This is our spiritual energy flowing through us and connecting us to the source of energy, which is all-pervading in the creation. And this is the goal of all the yogas. Sahaja Yoga is giving you the key to connecting you, to refresh, to be nourished, to be guided every day through this spiritual energy flowing through ourselves. Let's try to really surrender, let go, and let it happen inside ourselves. Our attention is very active, very present, but it's not limited by our thinking process anymore. The brain and the nervous system are refreshed. Just put our attention above. This is really the key. And it's a way of education our attention again. And once we are used to do that, it's very easy to meditate. The first and the second day, you learned a gesture to help activating this energy inside yourself. We are going to do it again. So this time we use our left hand and we raise it along the spine, along the axis, till the head, till the seventh chakra. And with the right hand, we circle around it to ask the Kundalini to raise, go through all the centers, awaken them, then through the brain, giving us thoughtlessness, and then above our head, connecting us to the source. We make a knot like this. It's symbolic, but you will see, keep your hand, your right hand above your head, that it's very effective. It's a way to ask your Kundalini to become stronger and to be very present and active. Okay, second time, we do that 3 times. So second time again, attention inside ourselves. We activate the power of our Kundalini through the brain to become silent. And this time we do 2 knots. When we do the knots, we can observe the breeze of our Kundalini becoming stronger. Again, we place our hand above it and watch the effects of this gesture. And the third time. Placing the attention inside ourselves, raising the Kundalini. The last time, we make 3 knots. It's really a prayer to ask our Kundalini to be active, to give us joy, peace, balance, and silence. 3 knots. Let's try to feel it again. The breeze can be warm because it's the beginning for you. You have to clean your system, but it can be cool already. So this power, we are going to spread it all over ourselves to give us a protection. This protection is called a bandhan in Sanskrit. So we go to the left side and we draw a big circle around ourselves and come back. This is for the first chakra. We are going to do 7 circles like this. Let's close our eyes. Now you know the gesture, and let's do it together. Second chakra. Third chakra. Fourth chakra, the heart. Fifth chakra, the throat. Sixth chakra, the center of our head. And the 7th chakra, on the fontanelle bone area. Let's open our hands and remain in silence for 1 minute. Discover how this energy is very naturally and easily powerful. It gives us peace and silence very easily. It's just a matter of attention, to place our attention just above our mind. Thank you. Now Prasad will explain you how to practice at home to deepen this experience.
Thank you so much, Katrin. It's really wonderful, and it is a subtle experience, but the more you were encouraging us to keep our hand there, the more I could really feel it, and I hope everyone could too. And thank you, Kabir, for the beautiful music. It was really, really wonderful. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So if I could have the slide, please, about, yes, so I'd like to encourage everyone to meditate at home. That's really the best way to strengthen this experience. And all it takes is just 10 minutes in the morning and 10 minutes in the evening. And you can sit on the floor very comfortably with your hands open, palms up. And just as Kabir and Katrin showed us, you can just relax, take a few deep breaths, and raise your Kundalini and give yourself a bandhan, as we just did. We do that at the beginning and end of each meditation. And and then just, yeah, see if your attention is settled on top of your head, and you can just relax and try to enter this meditative state. Let go of your thoughts, and if they do persist, as they often do, you can just put your hand on your forehead and say, I forgive myself and I forgive everyone. And yeah, you can do this a few times until you feel this cool breeze on your head, above your head, sorry, in your hands, and enjoy this blissful state. So this is in preparation for Thursday, where we will share with you this technique that many of us Sahaja Yoga practitioners do daily. It's a really good technique. And what you need is a tub. So this is in advance. So if you don't have a tub, please get one by Thursday. And if you could just use that tub for foot soaks only, that would be wonderful. And all we'll use is some lukewarm water. So we'll be using the elements, water, the earth element, which is represented by salt, which has this absorption power. And it will really help to absorb any anxiety or tension we might have collected over the day. And then a towel and water to rinse your feet afterwards, to rinse and dry your feet. Yeah. So tomorrow the theme is We Are All So Beautifully Made. Wonderful. And in this program tomorrow, we're going to touch upon our attention again and go a little bit deeper into it, because we'll notice how our attention can move into the past or into the future, making it challenging to meditate. So we'll learn how to really bring it into the central channel and attain this state of thoughtless awareness where we are completely in the present moment. So please stay with us and join tomorrow for that. And if you are new to this, if this is the first time you've heard about Sahaja Yoga and you'd like to be kept in the loop about more programs like this, tips, daily messages and reminders, you can join the WhatsApp group. There'll be a link in the Zoom chat, and the live session links, recorded sessions, the handouts, all the information from these programs you can visit via the website there, and you can use the QR code in the corner to just quickly get there. So that's all the program resources. So that's the kind of formal end of this session. And if you'd like to join a breakout room in your preferred language, this is a really wonderful opportunity to be given a private space where you can speak with a Sahaja Yoga instructor and really ask any questions you might have and really learn more about it. So you can do that, or you can also write any questions in the chat that you might have. You can send a message to chat Q&A or to myself with your question if you're happy for us to, the presenters we have here, to discuss it with you all. And yeah, so I invite you to join the breakout rooms or write in the chat where we might answer your question. And could I invite our wonderful presenters, Katrin and Kabir? Thank you so much for the really taking us into this blissful state, and hopefully
A deep
we can
pleasure.
share more.
So please ask questions if you do have.
Yeah, so if there's any questions, please feel free to ask. We have one here in the chat. What was your experience when you first started practicing Sahaja Yoga? So maybe, Katrin, you can answer this question.
Pleasure. At that time, I was 22. I was studying and then in the summertime working in Geneva to pay my studies. And one day I saw poster all over the city announcing Shri Mataji's conference explaining Sahaja Yoga method. So I decided to go there. I felt really attracted because I had already practiced physical yoga. So I wanted to know more about meditation. I went there. It was at the University of Geneva. There were around 700 people in the room. And Shri Mataji explained everything about all the knowledge about the chakras, the channels, their connections, the history of religions and their connections, their essences. And I had already read and heard about chakras, but this time for me it was so relevant, so clear that it was the truth. So I was really open and attracted to experience the self-realization with Shri Mataji. And she led the meditation. And when we started the self-realization process, I really felt inside myself a strong beam of energy raising through all the centers and going through the brain. And then suddenly I saw all my thoughts becoming very small in the center and suddenly vanished. And then I could experience my awareness, which was not I anymore, but expand. And I could feel what is beyond everything, what is before, what is after, what is beyond. It's really love, a light, peace, and bliss, a serenity, complete serenity. And this gave me a lot of confidence in life and also quenched my thirst as a seeker. I was so much reading and asking questions, and suddenly it gave me really a deep peace inside myself. It's like I had founded my answer, and now I knew what to do every day to get back to the roots and feel this spiritual energy inside myself. So I started practicing, and the first days I really tried many times to do this, and each time I could feel my Kundalini raising above my head. So I said, this is magical. And I really integrated into my daily life, and I'm still doing it till now.
Wow. Thank you so much, Katrin. So there's one question where I think the person's she says, "I yawn often in this exercise. I'm new. I do not feel a lot yet." So, for example, if we do not feel any cold or hot breeze above our head, maybe even in the past we might have. What does this mean, Kabir? If you could elaborate.
Mhm.
Well, of course, every day is a new day in your Sahaj journey, I would say. So we must keep in mind that the Kundalini in us is a living process. So it has its own autonomous action over our whole subtle body. So that uh, may change the feeling or the perceptions that you have of it every day. Sometimes you may feel more in your hands. Sometimes you may feel inside the chakra. Sometimes it's rather cool or rather hot. It depends. What I can say over the years is that the more you meditate, not in terms of quantity, but in terms of quality, of course. The more you meditate, the better are your sensation. I mean, you'll be feeling the cool breeze rather often. You'll be have this inner joy and peace rather often also. So it's in part depending of your own personal work and constance, and also depending on this energy's desire inside for your own self. So don't feel disturbed if your sensations are changing over the time. It's gonna settle.
Wow. Thank you, Kabir. Another question we have is, I feel warm air on my face while I raise my hand towards my head. Can we heal our body diseases by Sahaja Yoga? Is it the same gestures we should do with left and right hand as we did today for daily meditation and tie the bandhan? So I'll start and answer the first part, and I would like to maybe invite Katrin, if you may, to answer the second part. Is that okay?
Fine.
Yes. So it, to feel warmth is quite a normal thing during the self-realization or the meditation. And often what it means is that as this Kundalini is rising up, sometimes through our experience of life or anything, we might have collected some catches or some obstacle in our chakra, which is preventing it from rotating, from being purified and clean. And what happens is, as the Kundalini is passing through this chakra, sometimes to open it, some friction is created. And this friction creates a kind of heat which is released in our body. And we can feel it sometimes in our hands, in our head. And so it's a process. It's not necessarily a negative thing. I would say it means something is working out, let's say. And so, I think it's always nice to think of it in a positive way. So yeah, not to worry. And then for the second part, is it the same gestures we should do with left and right hand as we did today for daily meditation and tie the bandhan? Is that fine, Katrin?
Yeah. We do this gesture, the complex gesture like this, at the beginning and at the end of the meditation. At the beginning is to activate the power of our Kundalini and to become thoughtless. And at the end, is it to preserve and maintain the state of peace and silentness, thoughtlessness that we have gained through the meditation. Okay? But in the coming session, you will learn more gestures to balance your channels during the foot soak, the technique you're going to learn on Thursday. For example, you will learn also how to balance your channels like this. Okay, side channels, going this over energy, tiredness, all the thinking process to the earth element, and raise to open the central channel and raise your Kundalini again. So it's progressive. We teach you new notions progressively so that you can really absorb them quietly. But you will learn through the 21 days. Every day you will learn a new technique or a new aspect. So be patient, practice already what you know, discover things for yourself, and each day you will learn a new aspect, a new thing.
Thank you, Katrin. We have another question, and I'd like to split it again into two parts for myself and Kabir, if that's okay.
Sure.
And that is, please tell me how to control over negative thinking. Thank you. So that's maybe I'll answer that, and then Kabir will answer. Is that a good time to start meditating when a person is going through a lot of pain, stress, and struggles? That's the question. So if that's fine for you, so the thinking, it's we get a range of thoughts during the day from anything, from the past, the future. But Shri Mataji very simply describes it as the thoughts at their essence are dark and light. And sometimes so that these thoughts can be negative, and they make us feel bad about ourselves or bad about our situation where we are, or they can be negative, and they can also be kind of make you feel great, oh, I'm better than others, and they can appear sometimes as light. And so these two kind of thought processes can often enter our attention. And if we're more towards one side, towards perhaps one channel, if we go towards maybe too much the left side, and we become a little bit depressive, or we can go down a kind of negative pathway. And the goal of meditation at its essence is to take us beyond our thoughts. And that is really the point. So it definitely, the answer is yes, it can help to overcome our negative thinking. Thank you. And So again, Kabir, I'll just remind you, is it a good time to start to meditate when a person is going through a lot of pain, stress, and struggles?
So every time is good to start meditating, whether you feel easy and calm, or when you're in time of turmoil and sufferings and whatever may happen in your life that brings sorrow or despair. Um, you know that the whole point of yoga and meditation is to reach that place into ourselves where the 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 joy and the satisfaction knows no cause. In that sense, there is a place in ourselves where we can feel and enjoy the peace and the that calm every time we put attention on it. That doesn't mean in your life difficult things can't happen. They do happen, but the way when you know how to reach that place inside yourself, then the way you react to those stressful event is totally different. So of course it's important to meditate, even though, and I would say more than ever when you're in difficult times, because that's the to me the only way to get out of there.
Thank you so much, Kabir. So we
Kundalini,
have,
sorry.
yes, yeah, we have another question for Catherine. Is it okay? You want to say something?
Yeah, it's just I wanted to add that the Kundalini naturally will help you become a witness
Mm.
that can become distant of yourself and not being so engulfed into all the negative thinking. And this space, becoming a witness, this is really the treasure that it is given by the Kundalini.
Wow, beautiful. So you're not attached to your thoughts, you're not.
Mm.
So very nice. We have one more question. Well, let's do two more questions to end because I think we have enough time. So this is for Catherine. At the end, we were feeling the energy with our hands. I felt a slight tingling force pushing down, but more in my left hand. It was neither cool nor warm. What does it mean when it's heavier in my left hand, please?
Okay. So left hand is connected, as Shri Mataji explained it, to the left nervous sympathetic system. Okay. And it ends up here in the right part of the brain. And it relates us to all our past experiences, past emotions, past sensations, which are stuck here, okay, in the brain, which is called the superego. And when you've lived various experiences, it can be a little bit heavy on your awareness. So therefore, your hand will be a signal, will give you the signal it's a bit heavy. And each finger is connected to a specific nervous plexus, which is also connected to a specific chakra. So in the coming sessions, you will learn how to clear out with the fire element through a candle, for example, this left side channel. So be patient. The explanations will arrive soon.
Thank you, Catherine. And just the last question, I'll quickly answer it, is how do we benefit in our day-to-day life by practicing Sahaja Yoga? Um, I was very fortunate. I was born in Sahaja Yoga, but I can still feel very much if I have a good meditation or maybe not as strong meditation. So that's what I can share. And I mean, I would say my life has benefited hugely from meditation. Because in life it teaches us to go out and strive for things, to try hard and do things and make a name for yourself and this and that. But with Sahaja Yoga, your whole life becomes effortless. Everything just seems to work out in a completely um, natural way, organic, like the process of your realization without effort. And it's very interesting. The more you meditate, the more you go thoughtless, the more you allow this kind of all-pervading power to just take care of you. That's certainly what I found. And as an artist, I practice the medium of watercolor, And the medium of watercolor is notoriously described as one of the most tricky mediums because it's so hard to control. So it's a very fascinating medium, and the beauty of it is when I have a good meditation, it just flows effortlessly. The water, the washes, it just seems to happen by itself. And they say the good watercolorist lets the watercolor do all the hard work. And that's the approach that my life has taken since practicing Sahaja Yoga. This all-pervading power just
Wow.
it takes care of you. That's what I've really felt. So that's a little my experience.
A very beautiful conclusion for
Yeah.
our program.
It's all spontaneous, right?
All spontaneous, indeed. So thank you. So let's all thank our beautiful presenters today, Katrin and Kabir. Thank you for taking
Thank
us
you to all.
into meditation with the music and your words. And so yeah, if you'd like to, yeah, just conclude to say thank you all.
So,
Thank you to all, and enjoy your journey in the meditation of Sahaja Yoga.
yes, and see you tomorrow.
Thank you. So I'd like to invite you all again to join the breakout rooms. If you haven't yet already, this is a wonderful chance to really deepen your experience. Thank you all for coming and wishing you a wonderful evening. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.